To start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Back to throw here. It's caught. Jones. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 9 now. He's got this one complete to Perriman. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're
looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. A try here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies. Greystone, travel.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 10.
They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Returning it is Moore. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nick Bosa. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Looking to throw. Gets this one to Hill. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Ready? 6. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Coming this way, here we go.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up a second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at their 48-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt.
And look at this, it's a fake. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And that will force a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Switches. Recon, 132 fighter. Ready.
Jones. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
A dump underneath to Jones.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Drops it to Jones in the flat. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll go with Jones. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Doug Marrone can only shake his head. His guys are turned away. And as a result, possession switches hands. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll... Stop him behind the line.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
On play action, they'll throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. This is caught, and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And it's 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. This is Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They're going to look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 15.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Pull the shotgun to give to Jones. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
First down, London.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch time, watch time. Tight end right, tight end right.
Barkley on 1st down, running into a wall as he's stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Back to throw. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's a second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. His throw caught right around the 6.
The second down pass. Caught by number 11. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll set up a throw. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and 11. And it's caught. Touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This is taken at its 4. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 14 yards.
He was brought down at the 26.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Watch the edge. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Alert 3. Wide. Get wide. Hey, wahoo. Get it.
Now back to throw. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. That his 1st catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to float it, and that's caught inside the 30. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jags are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Gano the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
I'm on.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They go quickly here out to Moore. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Just like that. Just
on 2nd down, here's Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone?
And look at this, another fake. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down in the backfield. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Go!
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. It's caught. Jones. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Gano now to add the extra point. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Now Jones trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Jones And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Hey, Delta.
Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. He can run, and they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. It's their quarterback with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point try good by Gano. They're all through now, by the way, in the Meadowlands. And the Giants, they wind up winning that one. Lamar Jackson, 2 touchdown passes in the W. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he will score. It's a touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Jaguars take over first and 10. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for our visitors, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.